Welcome to Petties. Alright, so talking about the Bunker Buster Dive comp. There you go. The Bunker Buster Dive. Your team's gonna run up this way. Anna's gonna stop right over here and get ready to throw that nade. Everyone else is gonna walk up to this spot here, and you're gonna get ready. She's gonna throw that nade. She's gonna count down 5, 4, 3, 2. As soon as she says 2, you throw your disc. Don't let it land over there. You want to bounce off this right side right here. You want to hit right about there, which, by the way, you can actually pre-aim using your grenades. But you want to throw it from here, bounce off that side. It'll land. It'll be right about there when it's floating. But you want to practice this a few times so you can line up the shot. It'll land there. It'd be an easy way to throw it over the versus shield. Just bounce off of that. It'll land right in the center. Everyone that's over here, as soon as they hear the cue 2 on the 2, everyone comes around the corner and just dives. The invulnerability field should pop up immediately as soon as everyone lands. You can get up right here on this little high ground. It's not much, but it does help, and you can heal from here to give you just a little bit of protection from everything that's going on. And as your team actually dives up in there, it should be literally everyone but the Ana. Ana should be the only person that has to do this. She'll walk out. As soon as she throws that nade, she's already walking up here, and when the team goes to dive in, she walks around this corner. She comes up here. She starts healing as soon as she can see everybody. You're going to want to practice walking this route as Ana. The team's going to pressure them, push them all the way off, get as many kills as they can. They should all be antied immediately, and should be long enough for the team to actually get the kill. As soon as the anti goes off, the team dives in. They'll most likely be running a Baptiste. If they aren't, then just go ahead and kill everybody. If they are, focus down on some vulnerability field first, and then turn your attention back to their team. You're not going to get anywhere if you don't get that vulnerability field down. It lasts for 8 seconds. It's a long time. So as they push all the way up here, your Ana can sit here and she can keep getting heals. Her nades go off, sleep darts, quick scope, shooting everybody. Just watch out for the ledge over there. And Baptiste, of course, he can always get up on the high grounds here, anywhere around this area, as long as he's on the high ground somewhere. Can you actually get on top of this? Nope. That would have been cool. Inside this room, there is this little health pack here. Wouldn't be a bad idea to hack that. There's the Mega inside this room, and generally for tagging first point, that's about as far as the Bunker Buster Dive comp goes. You're going to want to swap off to some kind of brawl comp for the next point, or a bunker comp even, depending on how you want to fight this next one out. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to show you guys an alternate way to attack this point. I wish Bap had more mobility. It'd be so lovely. It also bugs the crap out of me. You can't kill these birds. Like, Alright, so the alternate, if you want to start off a map doing this, it could work out very well. So you literally start off before they can even see the 15 seconds, this being your very first go-to attack. Like, if you're going to do this, do it first. You come out. It really doesn't matter if you got the right door or this door. I've done it both ways. It takes literally the exact same amount of time to cut across here as it does just to walk straight out and go this way. But you come out here, you can go ahead and have this teleporter ready. Lucio will speed this up just slightly. Get you up to this point here, and you want to teleport around that corner. Boom. Now, if you place it back far enough, they won't even be able to see these little graphics here. You can place it a pretty good distance, so if you put it back just a little bit further than what I did, if you're just back here, they won't be able to see that. You can teleport straight through. It'll make that sound. Maybe they're listening, maybe they're not. You never know. But you come up here, you hit that wall with those turrets. By that time, they should definitely know that you're there, and they're going to want to walk around this pole to try and get to you, whether they come around here or they try and go through this building here. Either way, those turrets are going to start lighting them up. You're going to get slowed down. Your team can start shooting on them and try to take them out before they can even get here. You're going to want to run a brawl comp of some sort here. I would suggest a McCree along with that, so that you can actually get that range damage on them as they're coming around, and when they do get here, you can stun fan the hammer, just have that delete potential as if he was Reaper. And playing behind a Ryan shield, McCree is extremely powerful. You're going to want to run just a standard brawl comp, Ryan, Zarya, McCree, Lucio, just for the fact that you want to be really quick in getting to here before they can even have the opportunity to react to you. And then we'll say Ana, because Ana pairs extremely well with Reinhardt. And if you really want to, you can keep this comp for the next point. See you coming down through here. Da 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 da. You can use your teleporter if you want to, but if you have a Lucio, there's no reason just to waste the teleporter for mobility, because it'll take about the same amount of time. You can do this two different ways, like one little cheeky trick that may or may not work. You can try it once, see if it does. You'll probably have plenty of time, because capping that first point should be really easy if you do that. Really easy, especially with Symmetra's ramped up damage now, because they buffed beam damage. But you come over here, and you can place one down right here. You teleport in. If the enemy's paying any attention, if they're actually looking around, they'll usually set up down here. They might be here, watching that way. I've seen them set up here on the left side. I've seen them set up on the right side. I've seen them set up behind the statue. I've seen them set up on the high ground. I've seen them set up back here in these corners. I've seen them set up in all these different locations here. It's kind of like tic-tac-toe in a way. There's just that many locations where you set up at. But if they're running some kind of bastion standard bunker, they're going to be up here, and they're going to be staring right down that middle path and looking off to the left and looking off to the right, just seeing if they can find you. If they are set up there, they're going to be watching this side for sure. And I guess it's just a risk you'll have to take, more than likely. But if you get stopped here, I'll show you the other route. But basically, your team runs all the way around here, keeping in mind that they could potentially see you through the windows. Potentially, if they have anyone. They pretty much have to have somebody in this room to be able to see you, because I'm pretty sure, yeah, that just heads out. If anyone's standing over here, they're overextended, and they can get killed really quick. Most teams will not put someone there. But you can teleport from there without being seen coming through this choke at all, and you can teleport straight to here, avoiding that entire path there, avoiding detection. If they're set up anywhere on this front or right back here, you can actually get the drop on them doing this. Just come up here and just initiate right on top of them. Reinhardt just charges straight in. You could take your teleporter off cooldown. Yeah, you definitely should at this point, and just begin blasting everybody. Set up your turrets on this statue, because if they pull out a Pharah, which would be pretty smart of them to do against a brawl comp, except you have McCree, so they might not. But if they do, sim turrets on this statue generally deal with Pharahs really well. They just can't handle that at all. It just decimates them, and it's wonderful and beautiful. The other option, if you want to be more to the point, I just want to get there and take them all out, you can push up here, and instead of going to the left, you go to the right. Come all the way up here. If they saw you coming this way, they're going to rotate. They're going to try and stop you here at this door, or they're going to rotate up to that high ground. But you can come over here, and depending on where the enemy team is located, your Reinhardt walks up, puts a shield down. You want to do this really quick. So you come up here, you figure out where you want to put this at. If they're set up right about there, which is generally a pretty decent idea for them, is they'll set up around this area if they see you coming, just so they can rotate. You just throw down those 3 turrets, put this up, and you put it directly behind them. So they have to deal with that now. So when they turn around, they start shooting your turrets. They try to take out your teleporter. Your team can either teleport in with it. Your entire team can just teleport straight on and start fighting them. Or, what I sometimes like to do is just go ahead and let your Reinhardt charge through, and maybe everyone else follows. But it'd be quicker for them to just go ahead and use the teleporter, but the Reinhardt charges. And you can do some really cheeky stuff with teleporters too. If you have a Reinhardt and the enemy team's still set up on the low ground in this area somewhere, you can set up a teleporter. You sit back here, you set a teleporter here. You can just put it way over there. You put it directly behind, let's say, their bastion or whatever. Your Reinhardt can turn around wherever he's standing at. If your teleporter's back here, he can actually charge towards your teleporter if he's charging towards me. If I were charging that direction as Reinhardt and I use this teleporter, I come out right here, right? So if you're charging and you do this, you're going to pin whatever's directly in front of you. So if you put that directly behind the bastion and you teleport through, you're going to get the pin on the bastion, you're going to pin it back towards your team, and your team can just jump down and push the enemy team back. There's a lot of creative stuff you can do. And of course, with Sim Ult, you can either save this and try and stop ultimates, or you can just pop it up and you automatically put it down to split the point up and give you an advantage. Which means if you hold on to your ultimates, you're pretty much wasting them, so you want to use them consistently. This ultimate right here is a team winning ultimate. Just beware if they have a Sombra, she's just going to EMP and get rid of that shield altogether. It'll just be gone. But just running a brawl comp with this Sim teleporting is pretty damn powerful, I believe. Kind of like bamboozling on Temple of Anubis. And yet again, bamboozling, if you want to go that route, if you really want to, I should say, you can come up here, you can act like you're going off to the right, turn around, put the teleporter down. Hope they don't see that. Teleport back over here. They'll most likely rotate to be facing that way. If they see you go to the right, they'll probably be over there as usual. And you can just come up and you can get the drop on them. Or you can try and walk all the way behind them. They'll probably hear you at that point, or they'll see the beam. But usually they'll have good situational awareness. They'll catch that. But the turret sniping, this is what that's called, turret snipe. That's really powerful to initiate with. And of course the the buff to beam characters is just gonna make Zarya and Symmetra both really powerful now. And having them both in a brawl comp is just gonna be golden. Now let's go back over here. Talk about the defense. Defense, of course, you want to run a standard bunker comp. You're going to want to have Baptiste. You can run Bastion if you want to be super cheesy. But as we noticed before, you don't want to set up too close to this edge. I believe we ran it last time. I saw on the yesterday's scrim, a Mei actually came up here, and she used her Ice Wall and lifted that Bastion up into the sky, and the Roadhog hooked the Bastion and barmed down into their team. I thought that was creative as hell, and that's something I'm going to keep in the back pocket. We should all keep that in mind, because that was just really, really good. But again, they can use this exact tactic against you. I've seen teams literally teleport up into teams just like this. It's not a terrible idea, although it's asking to be wiped out if you're not careful about it. If you want to run Symmetra on defense, I mean, this entire choke right here is just great for turrets. Literally, you can just put them down here anywhere. Although all they have to do is get off at an angle, and they can shoot your turrets, right? So I would suggest just putting one or two on that side and putting one on this side. Just so that when they walk through there, they get car washed, you know, all that great stuff. Which with Ryan's new buff, his steadfast buff, those turrets aren't going to slow him down anymore, which is another really good thing to play Reinhardt at this point. Is when he's holding up his shield, he's already being slowed down by his shields. When these turrets start hitting him, he won't get slowed down any further. And even if he's not holding up his shield, it's only going to affect him like, what was it, 30%? So he's not going to get slowed down that much at all. Which gives your team time to come in and blast these turrets down. Y'all just walk on through. You're going to come through here. This is usually the route people go. They just run through here. So they tend to avoid this altogether. So with that being said, probably be a good idea to just walk over here before they push in. And set these turrets there. Pharahs will come over the top right here, and they'll start firing at your bunker comp. Bastion should be able to take care of that pretty easy with just turning and holding down R2. Doomfists, McCrees, Tracers, flanking characters in general, they'll come into this room. I've seen them instant delete people. I've been instantly deleted by a Doomfist that just charge up right here, then he'll shoot up the staircase and punch me, and I'll just go flying and I'll die. And his cooldowns got reduced, so you can be more likely to see a Doomfist now. So they can run dive comp straight into you, brawl, and just try and go straight to point, like we did with our sim turret, or with our teleporter. I mean, other than those creative strategies, it's pretty much a very standard play bunker and hold them back. You want to try and hold them right here for as long as you can. Whenever Sigma comes out, you're gonna see a lot of Zarya Sigma and a lot of Orisa Sigma. They're on double shield. It's gonna be real hard to take them out. So you're gonna want to plan for that and potentially just go ahead and run a Junkrat. I probably wouldn't even run Symmetra at all. It'd probably be Junkrat and Bastion. That'd probably be the go-to. So that they do have those barriers, you can blast them down really quick. I mean, I don't think Sigma and Orisa barrier is going to stand much of a chance against Bastion by himself. But, you know, just in case, throw in the Junkrat. And of course, Junkrat can put his trap right down there in that door. They're most likely not going to pay that much attention. They'll get stuck in that, and you get one easy pick every single fight. Just keep putting it down there. That, or they'll have to waste their time shooting it, and that's just another win for you. Finally, back here on this point, a lot of times teams will go up all the way around there, as you saw me do with the Ana. Ana, BAP, great place for them. But they'll come up here. Pharah's going to try and boop you off this edge. Winston's going to try and pop Primal and knock you off the edge. Reinhardt's, they will try and pin as many people as they can in one go off this edge. I've seen my main tank guy, he's actually gotten, like, I believe 4 or 5 people off of this. He'll charge from back there around where that bus is at. He will actually stop right about here and he'll throw everyone else off. Like, it's just brutal. The fact that he's got that planned out and everything. They'll tend to try and avoid the Orisa. If you are playing Orisa back here, just try and fortify and stand in front of him. Wherever he's going, he's going to try and avoid you, if he's smart anyway. You'll see they will actually play up here around this room a lot. If they can't just rush the point and take it out, they'll come up here. They'll go all the way around, push to this side, and they'll try and hold this room because they believe this help action can give them an advantage. And if they have a Sombra, they can hack it, and then they will actually have an advantage because that would be just stupid powerful for them. Yeah, tagging this point is not too much to really go over. Then it's really good for standard bunker comps. And you gotta know all the different ways they're gonna be able to try and counter that. So we go on to the defense of this next one. I thought I was stuck in that plant for a second. So running Symmetra on this point is not bad. So this running turrets all around the statues, usually a really good idea. Your team pushes up, you can fry them. You can sit up here with your Bastion or just anything, and whenever the enemy team pushes up, you can do the turret snipe and put the turrets down directly behind the enemy team. Just wham, wham, wham. The coach will be up there, and you just place it down, say like there. They just push into the choke. Now they're distracted, they have to turn around. Bastion shooting from the front, you turret hitting them from the back. Your whole entire team pushes in on them, and they get destroyed. They can't handle that amount of pressure. Not to mention these turrets, I believe. I can't remember the... Like, as long as it's not an AoE attack, they're just shooting like bullets into this. There's a really good chance they're going to be shooting the teleporter instead of the turrets too. So that just adds on like an extra like 250 health to its tankiness. It just makes it a big mess to try and deal with. Keep in mind what I've taught you to do on attack, they can do to you. Like if they see you do it, they might try and run it. Teams tend to do this because they think it's really cool and they just want to try new things. So whenever you pull out a really cool strat that they never thought about, they're going to want to try and do it. Yep, I really enjoy just getting on maps like this and just seeing what all you can do. Fighting over here on this side, you'll actually see Mei's fought here a lot. Mei is really good about just throwing out her ultimate because it's so, like, her AoE is so big and this area has no cover to hide behind. So if you throw it out here, the best they can try and do is try and walk around to this side of the statue or just fall back in here. But it's just like how big this area is. If she throws it directly on you and you're standing over here, you're not getting out of this unless you have like Dash as Genji or Fade as Mora. Like unless you have mobility, you're just not going to get out of that, and they can really mess you up. Like either team, attack or defense, Mei is great. Symmetra, as I said, for defense is great. For attack, she is great. Like in general, Symmetra, Zarya, and Ryan are going to be really powerful now. And Ana, naturally, because she works well with Zarya and Ryan. And Lucio to speed those hammers in and blah blah blah. It's just going to be fantastic being able to play Death Ball again. But I believe that about covers most of everything here. Just keep in mind that right room, I already covered it on the attack portion, and keep in mind this left room, I covered that as well on the attack portion. Just know they'll set up there and they'll try and outbunker you. And you're going to try and outbunker them, and it's just going to get real ugly.